final scene of Act 3 is quite the doozy here. It's one of the longest ones in the play, and it's all about Juliet and Romeo and what they're going to do about their marriage and love that cannot be. So we enter the scene with Romeo and Juliet in her bedroom. Night is just about over and day is breaking. And Juliet says, Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet near day. It was the nightingale and not the lark that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear. So basically saying Romeo's getting ready to leave because he has to. She says, you know what? It wasn't the lark who is a bird that sings when it's just about day. It was actually the nightingale that was singing, a bird that sings during night. So she says, you know what? It's not yet day. It's still night. Romeo says, you know what? It was the lark, the herald of the morn. No nightingale. Look, love, what envious streaks do lace the serving clouds in yonder east. So, there is already daylight. The sun is starting to rise. There's already streaks of light in the east. Nice candles are burnt out, and the day is almost here. Stands tiptoes on the misty mountaintop, so it's creeping over day. It's just about here. I must be gone and live, or stay and die. Yon light is not daylight, I know it. It is some meteor that the sun exhales to be to thee this night, to a torchbearer. So basically she's saying, you know what, it's not daylight, it is a meteor in the sky, it is streaking through the night, it is guiding your path to Mantua, to your new home. You don't need to leave yet, you don't need to be gone, therefore stay. And then Romeo, he changes his mind and he says, you know what, okay, let me be taken, let me be put to death, I'm content, so thou will have it so. Basically, if I'm captured, if I'm dead, that's fine, because that's what you want. If you say that it is not morning yet, if you say that the pale reflex is just the moon being reflected, if that is the lark whose notes do beat and not the nightingale, the faulty heavens so high above our heads, I have more care to stay than will to go. So I would rather stay than leave. So you know what? Come death and welcome. Juliet wills it so. How is it, my soul? Let's talk. It is not day. So Romeo's being serious here. You know, he doesn't care if he dies. He's saying, you know what? If you want it to be day, or if you want it to be night still, I want it to be night still. I will stay here with you. But all this talk of possibly Romeo dying, being captured, being killed, changes Juliet's mind, and she says, it is. High hands, hurry away, be gone away. It is the lark that sings so out of tune. It's raining harsh discords and unpleasing sharps. So basically she says, you know what, you're right. It is the lark that's singing. Some say the lark makes sweet sounds. This is not true, because the lark's singing, it divides us, it separates us. So how could this be a sweet sound to me? I wish it had a different voice. And now, because that means basically you have to go. And then she finally says, oh, now be gone, more light and light it grows. I was wrong. The day is coming quickly. You need to get out of here. More light and light, more dark and darker woes. So basically saying the more light that comes in, the darker our problems get, the darker our woes are, and it's not a good sign. The nurse enters and she says, Madame, nurse, your lady mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary. Look about. So the nurse leaves after saying, hey, your mom's coming up. Remember, because Lady Capulet's going to talk to her about the wedding on Thursday now, which is it's Monday, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days, right, to Paris. And then she says, then window let day in and let life out. So basically, the window is letting light in, but life is going to go out the window once Romeo exits. Romeo says, farewell, farewell, one kiss and I'll descend. They kiss. Romeo starts to climb down, and Juliet says, art thou gone? So, love lord, I, husband, friend, I must hear from thee every hour in the day, for in a minute there are many days. So basically saying, I wish I could hear from you every hour. Send me a message every hour. Every minute it's going to feel like a day. Things are just going to be so lonely, and the days are going to be so long without you. I'm going to be so much older the next time I see you. And Romeo says, farewell. I will omit no opportunity that may convey my greetings, love to see. I will use every chance that I get to send you messengers, to send you my love. And Juliet says, will we ever meet again? And Romeo says, yeah, I have no doubts. All these woes shall serve for sweet discourses in our time to come. These are just going to be stories that we laugh about when we're older. And so he's taken Friar Lawrence's advice to heart. He sees hope, right? He understands that it's not the end, and that maybe he can actually be with Juliet still. And then she says, "Oh God, I have an ill-divining soul. I have a soul that, sees bad things. Methinks I see now, thou art so low as one dead in the bottom of a tomb. Either my eyesight fails, or thou lookest pale." So basically, as he's climbing down, Juliet's like, "Oh, you kind of look like you're in a grave right now," foreshadowing, right? And that he looks pale, like he looks dead. And Romeo says, "You know what? You actually look pale as well, but it's the sorrow. You know what? We're so sad that it makes our skin pale." So Romeo, he leaves. He's out of here. He's off to Mantua. He doesn't want to be captured. Juliet says, "O fortune, fortune, all men call thee fickle. If thou art fickle, what dost thou with him that is renowned for faith? Be fickle, fortune." So basically she's saying, you know what? Luck is fickle. Some people seem to have good luck. Some people seem to have bad luck. Good luck and bad luck and bad luck and good luck can switch around at any moment's notice. So she's saying luck is fickle. And then she's saying, what is your plan with Romeo? Romeo's faithful to me. Hopefully you change your mind. Hopefully you will not keep him long and you will send him back. Hopefully you give him some good luck right away. And then Lady Capulet comes and she says, "Daughter, are you up?" Juliet says, "Is my mother is that my mother? Is she not down so late or up so early?" So basically she's saying, is she up late in the night, or is she just waking up early now, right? Obviously we know she hasn't slept yet. And then she's like, "What unaccustomed cause procures her hither?" So saying, what reason could my mom want to talk to me for? Lady Capulet says, "How are you doing, Juliet?" And she says, "Not well." And again, right, this is this is back to where Act 2, Scene 3, when Benvolio and Mercutio are talking to Romeo, and they don't know yet that he's married to Juliet, right? We think here that, our Lady Capulet thinks here that Juliet is sad because of Tybalt's death, and not because Romeo has been exiled and has just left the room. So Lady Capulet says, "Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? What, will thou wash him from his grave with tears?" So basically, like, why are you crying so much? I mean, he just died like 5 hours ago. No worries, Lady Capulet. Therefore have done. Some grief shows much of love, but much of grief shows till some want of wit. So basically, like, yeah, you can cry a little bit, and it shows that you love him. But if you cry too much, it looks like you're just crazy. It looks you look stupid. And then Juliet says, "Yet let me weep for such a feeling lost." I'm gonna continue crying. So shall you feel the loss, but not for the friend which you weep for? Basically, like, yeah, if you continue to cry, you will feel the loss, but you know what? Tybalt's not going to feel anything. He's already dead. He's already gone. Feeling so the loss cannot choose but ever weep the friend. I can't help but cry over the loss that I feel. And then she says, Lady Capulet, "Well, girl, thou weepest not so much for his death, as that the villain lives which slaughtered him." Hopefully, she's saying, hopefully you're crying because the villain Romeo is still alive, and not because Tybalt's dead. Juliet says, "What villain, madame?" The same villain, Romeo. And then Juliet, to the side, she says, "Villain, and he may be many miles asunder." So basically, like, he is the furthest thing away from being the villain. And this is where we really get to see Juliet's kind of intelligence, wit, on mind, because she's going to have this conversation with Lady Capulet, all the while referencing her sorrow for Romeo, while tricking Lady Capulet into thinking that she's still talking about Tybalt. So she says, "God pardon him, I do with all my heart, and yet no man like he doth grieve my heart." So basically, like, no man makes me sadder. Romeo makes me sad, but again, Lady Capulet thinks it's Tybalt. That is because the traitor murderer still lives. I, madame, from the reach of these hands, would none but I might venge my cousin's death. Basically, like, the villain he's not within my reach. That makes me sad. Lady Capulet says, "We will have vengeance for it, fear it not. Then weep no more. Shall give him such an accustomed dram." Sorry, "I'll send one to Mantua, where that same brandished renegade doth live. Shall give him such an accustomed dram that he shall soon keep Tybalt company, and then I hope thou wilt be satisfied." So basically, they're going to send someone to Mantua to poison and kill Romeo. And Juliet says, "Indeed, I never shall be satisfied with Romeo, so I'm never going to be satisfied or happy until I get my hands on him." And she's like, yeah, like until I see him dead, right, dead. That's what I want Romeo to be. It is my poor heart for a kinsman vexed, madame. If you could but find a man to bear a poison, I would temper it, that Romeo should, upon receipt thereof, soon sleep in quiet. So basically, like, hey, you know what? Why don't you find me some poison and I will deliver it myself? Wink, wink. I will make sure Romeo is dead. Oh, how my heart abhors to hear him named. Still, I can't stand the sound of his name. It makes me so sad. And I cannot go to him. I want to be with him. To wreak the love I bore my cousin upon his body that slaughtered him. So she's tricking and holding this conversation with Lady Capulet, making her still believe that they are talking about Tybalt and not Romeo.